Should I redo my mock? The Giants didn't have him in, or are they doing it like an okey doke? They don't want to show their hand.
I was happy to hear that. I don't need him on the Giants.
Is that what that could be? Like they don't want to show their hand? Why the hell wouldn't they want Garrett Wilson? What are we doing? They don't need to? The eye in the sky doesn't lie?
They've got a lot of other problems that need addressed.
They address it in pick 5.
I'm just hoping the worst for their draft, to be honest. I mean, just keeping it real.
By the way, I know this draft isn't a quarterback draft.
I mean, Daniel Jones wants Garrett Wilson.
No, but if you have a quarterback already in, I know you could sit there and say, if Daniel Jones is your quarterback or not. He's the quarterback of the Giants for the moment. Yeah. And they're going to have a week after the draft. They got to choose to pick up his 5th-year option. I bet you they won't. They're going to make him play this thing out. And if he's dynamite and terrific and he finally takes that incredible next step forward, because they should at pick 5 get someone to protect him on his backside. And a terrific player at that. I chose Evan Neal for the Giants. You're hearing he might go number 1 overall, so he might not be there. But the reason why I bring all this up is if you think Daniel Jones is your guy, right? Go get him Garrett Wilson.
Worked for Joe Burrow last year.
Yeah, it did. And you can get him the protector 2 picks before. And I know what we're saying about this draft. Not a bad draft to have 2 in your top 10, 2 in the top 10. Not a bad draft to have 2 in your top 10. You're going to get yourself some really terrific, talented players at some very important positions like corner or defensive end or a skilled position. My apologies to the offensive lineman I just slagged in a way. The Jets have 2 and the Giants have got 2. Not bad.
Unless they screw something up.
How are you going to screw it up? I mean, honestly.
How?
Hold on a second.
Possible. It's very possible.
In all honesty here, okay? My mock draft, I'll probably crumple it up. I'll bring it with me to the set in Vegas. Because if I get it correct, if I get it right, I will be holding it up.
You're going to laminate it.
Hold it up, right? Hold it up like Dion scoring from the 30-yard line, right? But the 10 names that I have here: Aiden Hutchinson, Trevon Walker, Jermaine Johnson II, Sauce Gardner, Evan Neal, Ike Ekwonu, Garrett Wilson, Kayvon Thibodeau, Derek Stingley Jr., Drake London. Clearly, you can't say every single one of these players is going to have a dynamite career.
Yeah.
But these guys are, and I didn't even include Kyle Hamilton in this mix or Charles Cross. These are all players I think that anybody would agree is a top 10 pick in an NFL draft without a quarterback in it.
Yeah.
And that's why Daniel Jeremiah said yesterday he's waking up to texts from general managers who already have the quarterback position handled saying, tell me how many quarterbacks go in the top 10 and please tell me it's a lot. Because they want all these names pushed down to them. Mm-hmm. Every single quarterback that's chosen in the top 10 means one of these names is not read out. And if you're, say, Minnesota, and you could say, well, their quarterback situation isn't handled. In their mind, it is. For at least this year, for Kirk Cousins, you're sitting there at 12. You're Minnesota. You're sitting there at 14 for the Ravens. You want one of these names pushed down by 2 or 3 quarterbacks taken of teams that might panic and go get one. And that's why I think, Kyle's saying this is an interesting draft, and it's not just us at NFL Network or anywhere else like ESPN where we want you to watch. Of course we do. It's not lip service. This is intriguing in its own right, certainly since we saw 5 quarterbacks go in the first round last year. That's not usually going to happen. Certainly not the first 3. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.